All right, let's get right into it. Today we are tackling the one topic that is just everywhere right now, AI and your career. We're going to break down this really strange paradox we're all seeing. I mean, huge layoffs and huge opportunities happening at the exact same time. And then we'll give you a playbook for how to handle it.
So let's just start with the number. 78,557. Just let that sink in. According to Layoffs.fyi, that's how many people in the tech world lost their jobs in just the first few months of this year alone. It's a huge number, and it really tells you something big is happening.
So you have to ask, what is behind this wave of layoffs? Well, the breakdown is pretty eye-opening. While, a little over half the cuts are for other business reasons, data from Nikkei Asia shows that almost 48%, nearly half, are directly because of AI and automation. And this isn't some future forecast. This is happening right now.
Which, of course, brings us to the one question that's on everyone's mind. The question that probably brought you here today. Is my job on the chopping block? It's a scary thought for sure, but really understanding what's going on is the absolute first step to getting ahead of it.
Okay, so first up, the great AI shakeup. We're going to go beyond the headlines and look at the real scale of this disruption and what it actually means for people.
And believe me, the scale is massive. We are not talking about small companies here. We're talking about the titans of the industry. Microsoft, Amazon, Oracle, Block, all of them cutting thousands, even tens of thousands of jobs. The data from Layoffs.fyi puts the total for the past year at over 165,000 in tech. This is an industry-wide earthquake. But, and this is a really big but, this is where the whole story gets way more complicated and honestly, a lot more interesting. And that brings us to what we're calling the AI jobs paradox. Because for all this destruction, there's an incredible amount of creation happening too.
This slide just lays it out perfectly. On one hand, you have the risks, massive layoffs, entry-level jobs disappearing, and your tech skills becoming outdated in just 2.5 years. But then you look at the other side. The reward is insane. A 56% wage premium if you have AI skills. Wages are rising twice as fast. Companies using AI are seeing 3 times the revenue growth. You've got these two totally opposite things happening at the exact same time.
Let's just focus on that wage premium for a second, because this is wild. A recent PwC report found that people with AI skills are earning a 56% pay premium. Seriously, think about that. For the exact same job, let's say you're a software developer or a data engineer. Just having proven AI skills could boost your salary by more than half. That is a massive, game-changing advantage.
So what is going on? I mean, how can both of these things be true? It's because the basic rules of what makes you valuable at work are being completely rewritten. So let's talk about part 3, the new rules of work, and why just having years of experience isn't the safe bet it used to be.
This quote from the ETS Human Progress Report just absolutely nails it. The old way of thinking about job security, you stay loyal to a company, you climb the ladder for years, that's just over. The new key isn't how long you've been there, it's how well you can keep evolving.
And that report identifies this one core thing they call the adaptability mindset. Now, we're not just talking about learning a new app here. This is about being able to look ahead, to imagine how your job is going to change, and then proactively learn the skills for that future job before you're even asked to. This mindset, it's literally the dividing line between who's going to thrive and who's just going to struggle to keep up.
And of course, this completely changes how companies hire people. They're all moving to this skills-first model. The Economic Times has reported on this. Recruiters care way more about what you can do than where you've worked. They want to see proof, actual proof, that you can solve their problems with the latest tools, not just a fancy list of company names on your resume.
Okay, so we've laid out the threat and we've laid out the opportunity. Now let's get to the most important part, what you can actually do about it. In our final section, Your Career Survival Guide, we're going to walk through a simple 2-part strategy to make sure you land on the right side of this shift. And the strategy itself is actually pretty straightforward. Number 1, you have to actively pivot your role. And number 2, you have to strategically evolve your entire skill set. So let's break down what that really means.
Okay, so pivoting your role. The key here is to move into jobs that work with AI, not jobs that are competing against it. So if you're a software dev, a BI engineer, a data engineer, the move is to lean into these super high-demand areas. We're talking about data science, cloud architecture, DevOps, and of course, cybersecurity. These are the jobs that build, support, and protect the entire AI ecosystem.
But look, just changing your job title is not enough. The second part is evolving your skill set. And I don't just mean getting more tech certifications. I mean building what's called a human moat, balancing those hard tech skills with the things AI just can't do. Strategic thinking, real creativity, empathy. That's your defense.
And that brings us to the final and I think the most important idea here, the unbeatable human edge. This is all about remembering that in a world that's filling up with smart machines, you are still the most valuable asset in the entire equation.
Sources like Heuristic Digital call these durable skills. This is that human moat we were talking about. Things like ethical oversight. AI can spot a pattern, but it can't tell you if it's the right thing to do. Or strategic intuition. An AI can predict based on old data, but a human can imagine a totally new future. And relationship architecture, building real trust with people. These skills are your ultimate career insurance policy.
This slide really captures the new partnership perfectly. You let AI handle the number crunching, the raw logic, and our job, our value, shifts to providing the judgment. We provide the context, the wisdom. We become the ones steering the ship.
Now, if you only remember one thing from our time today, please let it be this. It's the 80-20 AI rule from PwC. The technology, the AI itself, that only provides about 20% of the value. The other 80%, the huge majority, that comes from us, from people, figuring out new ways to use that technology to actually make a difference. AI isn't here to replace you, it's here to amplify you.
So, we'll end with this thought. Yeah, the tools we're using are changing like crazy, but our mission at work, to solve problems, to create something new, to add value, that hasn't changed at all. So the only real question left is, how are you going to deliver your 80%? Thanks for joining me.